Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Elos Chevalier, and you're welcome back into the SCP Foundation. Let's hit the random SCP button, shall we? Let's see where this takes us. Oh, it's a gather. SCP-4985. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. As SCP-4985 maintains a significant public profile and widespread non-anomalous activities in its local area and global financial markets, full Foundation custody is infeasible at this time. Containment measures encompass managing public access to the SCP-4985 offices and SCP-4985 affected persons, altering news reports to remove reference to anomalous activity and regular corporate activities of SCP-4985 to limit its influence, particularly with regard to investments in companies directly relevant to Foundation operations. The Foundation maintains an embassy of 4 staff as SCP-4985, who are tasked with relaying communications to and from SCP-4985, representing the Foundation in negotiations, promoting commercial and cultural exchange, and ensuring compliance with the treaty and all other agreements. Knowledge of diplomatic negotiations, business administration, finance and markets, and the history of Europe in the Middle Ages are desirable. All staff interacting with SCP-4985 employees or their immediate families require a cognitohazard resisting value of at least 50. Description: SCP-4985 is a Solar & Sons company, an American investment management firm based on New York. SCP-4985 is a privately held corporation operating mainly in leveraged buyout, growth capital, and venture capital, with approximately 400 direct employees and $30.5 billion US dollars in assets. SCP-4985 has cognitohazardous properties affecting its employees, shareholders, and their immediate families, both legal and biological definitions, where they are influenced to accept and participate in its unorthodox organization and corporate culture. Additionally, while these effects does not confer noticeably anomalous traits on these persons, they exhibit secondary anomalous properties where the response of others to SCP-4885 related actions is suppressed. While this effect is not sufficient to compel others to comply with SCP-4985 wishes, persons with a low... I believe someone was looking me through the window, that was creepy. Persons with low to average CRBs will fail to recognize the actions of SCP-4985 employees as unusual. The key aspect of SCP-4985 compared to non-anomalous corporations are its upper management structure, hereditary family-based hiring practices, frequent use of internal and external violence, and a variety of rituals and ethical rules followed by its members. As a result, the operation of SCP-4985 approximates that of a European monarchy of the late Middle Ages. The functions of board chairman and chief executive officers are combined in its ruler, SCP-4985-1. The current SCP-4985-1 is Mr. Peter Lawrence, who styled himself as King Peter I. SCP-4985-1 was born in Pennsylvania in 1965 and began working for SCP-4985 in 1997 after completing an MBA at Cornell University, eventually reaching the position of High Lord of Global Credit and Duke of PetSmart. What is PetSmart? Let me see. Title of number ranks are awarded based on the size of SCP-4985 investment, which are analogs to vassals. As one of the largest corporations wholly owned by SCP-4985, the Petsmart ducal title is one of the most prestigious. He assumed leadership of SCP-4985 after the 2008 financial crisis, after assembling a coalition of shareholders to overthrow the then ruler, Alexander III of House Capot. As a result of this precarious ascension to the throne, he has pursued a cautious internal policy but relatively aggressive external policy, securing a marriage alliance with Mary Lynch in order to escalate the ongoing conflict between SCP-4985 and Clayton, Dobler, and Rice. Children and occasionally other younger relatives of SCP-4985 employees are expected to follow their parents into employment, although they generally undergo a standard non-anomalous education. While there is a degree of mobility between SCP-4985 departments at similar salary levels, movement to upper management, requiring the holding of a significant amount of stock options, and the award of a noble title by SCP-4985-1 is infeasible for the majority of employees unless they distinguish themselves in battle or especially shrewd investments. The most dramatic effect of SCP-4985 is its use of capital punishment. Between 5 and 10 employees are executed by beheading per year for crimes such as embezzlement and lèse-majesté. Violent actions against persons outside of SCP-4985 are infrequent, but are more problematic for containment purposes. Notable incidents include sporadic attacks on the CD&R offices at the Seagram building since 2007, the attempted poisoning of several mid-level Morgan Stanley employees, unconfirmed, and the defenestration of 2 Securities and Exchange Commission's investigators in 2009. This event led to Foundation awareness of SCP-4985. While the actions of SCP-4985 have previously escaped notice due to its self-concealing anomalous property, the bizarre natures of the deaths led to YUY involvement, who referred the matter to the Foundation. Despite these unusual traits, SCP-4985 remains competitive with other firms in its industry. Although the company came close to collapse in the 2008 financial crisis, it has since reported strong quaternary profits and asset growth, provides financial services to over 2,000 non-anomalous individuals and corporate agents, and maintains close relations with US state and federal representatives, particularly that expunge. As a result, a degree of flexibility and creativity in Containment and Foundation SCP-4985 relations have been required. Addendum 4985-1 Transcript of first contact between SCP-4985 and the Foundation. Event Transcript 4985-11 0811 of 2009, 9:20 hours. Staff member Dr. Luis Gonzalez. Notes: a meeting request was sent to SCP-4985 via the Public Corporate Society, a foundation-front organization used in dealings with anomalous and non-anomalous corporations. SCP-4985 responded positively, requesting an envoy for tribute and trade. Transcription begins. Dr. Gonzalez arrived at the SCP-4985 offices at 40 Broad Street, New York. The lobby is decorated with heraldry containing various corporate logos. He approached the lobby reception desk. Receptionist: state your name and your business, Outlander. Gonzalez: hi, I'm here for 9:30 meeting. Luis Gonzalez of the Public Corporate Society, Senior Vice President. Receptionist: check computer. My deepest apologies, Noble Lord Gonzalez. As a newcomer to our realm, you likely was not in the database. Your forgiveness for this inconvenience, please. I will inform the Count of your arrival. On phone. Your Excellency, the foreign lord for the society has arrived. Of course, Your Excellency. Hang up the phone. He will receive you shortly, sire. Please be seated. A middle-aged Caucasian man dressed in business attire exits the lift shortly afterwards. The reception staffs and audience lobby stand to attention. Receptionist. Attention, His Excellency, the door of public relationships. West, bowing deeply. Michael of House West, Lord of Public Relationship, Count of Group Hub, at your service. Welcome, O esteemed and noble boy Gonzales, to our company. Gonzales, bowing. A pleasure, Count West. Count West. I look forward to a successful relationship between our organization. Our organizations. West, Solars and Sons is always willing to enter partnerships with companies of strength and honor, sire. You have been granted the privilege of an audience with His Majesty himself. Please follow me. Both men enter the lift and West swipes an access card for the 24th floor. West, I have read of your business in your emails and your website, but I have not heard of your society in the annals of Wall Street or Bloomberg, which an officer of my position must read regularly, of course. Gonzales, the PSS provides corporate service for clients with esoteric business models, non-mainstream interests and so on, such as yourselves. How do you mean? We are a great and eminent company, but no different from the Warburgers or the Carlyles in our business. No, you're all these nobility and kings. This makes your business unique, no? How is to run a company? I hope you're not referring to the strange ideas of Europe. Europe. We have very fine employees, but any fool can see they are not fit for self-management. You surely believe in the market anointed right of your own liege lord. Market anointed right. Well, we are a non-profit. Ah, you non-profiters. Excuse me, we have arrived. The lift doors open and both men exit the corridor, stopping outside a double-door meeting room. Two guards in security attire with holstered firearms and wielding long security batons decorated with tassels are flanking the door, who stand to attention on approach. His Majesty will receive you shortly. I thought you have experience in courtly manners. I wouldn't want to cause any offense on His Majesty. Is there anything important I should know? Different kingdoms, different customs, you know. Well, one cannot expect those without ancient lineage to... You must address His Majesty correctly, of course. Speak only when prompted, avoid mention of your quarterly figures, pay respect to your own liege without insulting any supremacy. You do bring tribute, I hope. Dr. Gonzales opened a fridge to show a bottle of red wine. Where did you get this? Where is it from? It's a Bordeaux, red. Not the most expensive, I admit, but a decent drop. Thank the Dow, I feared it was a Napa Valley. We had a scrimmage with the vile Calaytonites over one of the products there this February. It would have been perceived as a grave insult. We shall both keep our heads, my friend. Come. He opens the door to a large conference room with approximately 20 people in business attire present. SCP-4985-1 sits on the far end of the conference table. West. O most illustrious and noble King Solar, by the grace of the Dow, beloved of the shareholders, I present to you the respected Lord Gonzales, a senior VP of the Public Corporate Society, who come to pay respects to your loyal person and our kingdom. Greetings, your noble majesty. My, Lord and Master has sent me to establish relations with your organization. SCP-4985-1. Normally I will have the Count here handle matters with a minor realm such as yours, but your audacity in seeking an audience intrigues me. We are one of the mightiest investment companies south of Wall Street, victors of 100 mergers and acquisitions. Tell me, sir, what is to stop me from asset stripping your little company here and now? which does not even have an NASD Nasdaq listing. Your Majesty, we're small, but we are more than you assume. We have a close relation with the United States government and education among the courtiers. A commissioned spy! Shouting an insult toward federals and regulators. Silence! A spy will now enter our front gates and announce himself so brazenly. Sir, you tread dangerous ground. We are no heretics here. We recognize the spiritual authority of Washington and pay our tithes. But how is a low ebb for temporal and spiritual relations? The poisonous words of Dodd and Frank have even caused rumors of schism. The last commission visitors made outrageous demands, and it did not end well for them. You misunderstand, Your Majesty. We have relations with the government, but have altogether a different mission. We would like to prevent your company from coming under too much scrutiny from the government, the public, or otherwise. We know the FBI has taken an interest in your affairs. Angry shouting from the courtiers resumes. SCP-4985 holds up his hand to silence them. And would like to divert some of these attentions. An intriguing proposal. I will discuss this with you further. All but the Duke Yankee Cantel on Count Grodholm leave us. Transcript ends. Addendum 2. Over several negotiation sessions in the following month, an agreement was reached between SCP-4985 and the Foundation regarding Foundation concealment of their anomalous activity in exchange for partial cooperation. The Treaty of the Hamptons contains the following provisions. Named after the place of its ratification, SCP-4985 1 Summer Palace. Establishment of a permanent Foundation embassy. Non-interference of SCP-4985 in Foundation subcontractor operations. Divestment of Foundation assets from CD&R. Non-aggression between SCP-4985 and the Foundation. Advance notice of SCP-4985 military actions or major financial decisions. Although ceasing violent actions against other members of the U.S. finance history was a core Foundation negotiation goal, this was unsuccessful given the perception of SCP-4985 of this as a threat to its independence and prestige. This continues to be an area of containment interest, with a suggestion to revisit this area of negotiations in return for extracting further concessions from Foundation congressionals contact favored SCP-4985. This proposal is currently pending Ethics Commission review. That was a weird company. Really weird company. Okay, that's all the time I have for today. Thanks very much for listening. I hope you have a blast. I was the Lost Chevalier, signing out. Bye bye!